Hey everybody, we're going to give some time for folks to come on in. We're going to start officially at noon Eastern in about 8 minutes. Hey Harry Boy, hey Sheep, hey SMS, if I'm saying that right, Bunpari, wow, you are going live again. Yeah, look, it's historic, right? We got these ETFs live, they're trading, so pretty exciting. Madman4434 said, bought for my Roth IRA. Laugh out. That's great, man. It's amazing. Bitcoin is trading on the stock market and in retirement accounts and so forth. It's amazing. And look, we're just at the beginning. It's a tip of the iceberg. Welcome, welcome. Jordy Gonzalez says, exciting day. It certainly is. Um, we're going to start in a few more minutes. We're just going to let people roll in. Bonpari says, Tony, favorite food. It's a toss up between a good steak and shrimp linguine. My wife makes an incredible shrimp linguine. So, but I'm going to lean towards steak. I can't pass up a good steak. Harry Boy says, favorite cocktail. I'm gonna have to say my go-to has been an old fashioned. I'll get that more than often, but I do martinis and other cocktails as well. Harry Boy says, exciting times for crypto, down with Gary Gensler. Yeah, guys, you can imagine Gary was not happy yesterday that he had to vote in favor of passing these Bitcoin ETFs. So uh, it's it's awesome what's happening. And, it's the disruption is happening. They can't stop it anymore. They tried to break the law, but that's where the checks and balances, the courts, the judiciary branch came in and saved the day. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Doing another live. I know it's like I'm doing a surge of lives after not doing them for years, but it's just historic. And I think I'm going to do more of these as the bull market continues to expand and, we go into the more of the euphoria phase. I think things are going to move fast. Price is going to move fast. If you've been here for previous bull markets, we've seen some strong moves. Obviously expect volatility. That's something you always got to expect. And speaking of volatility, just look at what the hell is happening with the price of Bitcoin today. We're going to get into it. But, this is why I've been saying buy the rumor, sell the news, right? People were angry at me for saying that, but I was like, look, I've seen this show before. All right, we're going to let some more folks come on in. RG says, is Gary a hero now? No, he's not a hero. He was forced to do this. If he didn't, he would be, I don't know, what do you call it? In contempt of court. after the judges made that decision, or he would essentially put himself in the SEC in massive litigation, um, and possibly other penalties. But I guarantee you, Gary did not want to pass these ETFs, and it's just because of the court's decision that made him do it. All right, guys, let's kick it off. I wanted to show you what Franklin Templeton is doing here. Laser eyes. It's incredible that this is happening, right? They, of course, have an ETF in play, and they have $1.53 trillion of assets under management. And, if you've done any type of work with investing in the TradFi markets with a wealth advisor or an RIA, Franklin Templeton has come up for sure. So they are a big player in the TradFi markets, and incredible that they are putting laser eyes on their profile photo here on Twitter. But this is both good and bad. It's like, these institutions are jumping in, they got their ETFs. But when we saw laser eyes is usually around the top of the market and everyone's euphoric. So I think that's why we're seeing the price of Bitcoin right now back below 46,000. Bitcoin pumped earlier today to about 49,000. I think it touched 49,000. And then look at that. Boom, big dump downwards. But does this mean the party's over, pack it up, let's go home, it's done? No, this is just a short-term volatility. I was saying for a long time, buy the rumor, sell the news event. And I think some of that is playing out here. But I'm still bullish long term on the macro, right? We've been talking about 2024 will be an incredible year with a slow, steady grind upwards. Yes, you may have peaks where or particular periods in a year where there's huge green candles, maybe $1,000, $2,000 green candle day. And then, you're going to have your dumps along the way. So don't be surprised that we get 30% dump, 35% dumps in a bull market. I've seen that. I remember my first go around, and I think it was September to December 2017. Man, that was rough. My first bull market, seeing dumps, and now I know how to, navigate the markets. When in doubt, zoom out. So I do think Bitcoin has a little bit more to go up here. It may go up and touch 52K. Then we see that roll over to 30K. That's what I'm thinking, but there's no guarantee. I set some sell orders, guys, in full transparency. I set sell orders at 48K. I have one at 50 and I have one at 52K. My sell order for 48K was fulfilled this morning because Bitcoin touched 49. So I'm not selling all my Bitcoin, to be quite transparent about this. It's just Bitcoin I bought in November, December of 2022. So, that investment is up, and I'm making a nice, what you may call a swing trade here in the short term with this local top. But ultimately, the majority of my Bitcoin and alts, I am holding for new all-time highs, which are coming in late 2024, and I think the blow off top in 2025. So please don't get me wrong. I am bullish short term. I believe, though, I'm a little bit bearish because it's a sell the news event. I think is happening. And I mean, just look at what the price did today, right? So incredible. Now the dust will settle, and then Bitcoin will start to move upwards. And this party's just getting started, folks. If you go back and look historically in the years of the halving, it starts moving, man. It'll start moving. And like I said, there will be volatility, but we are headed to new all-time highs. We just got to be patient, know where we are in a cycle, where to dollar cost average and buy the dips. I will be buying the dip if Bitcoin rolls over to that 30K area. I'll be buying there and then selling at the euphoric blow off top. That is my plan. Now, folks, here at the blockchain backer, who's a great analyst, he's highlighting the Fibonacci models that look, Bitcoin is near that area where the dump could happen. And this is one of the reasons, like I said, guys, the technicals, the charts are showing that historically we've seen this play out this way where, it could go up a little bit more, hit the 1 trillion, and then boom, dump on you. So don't be surprised if that happens. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I am not a perma bear. I am a perma bull, but I have to be realistic with the short-term scenarios. You have to look at all these scenarios, Nothing goes up forever in a straight line. So, right, the whole of this year, or last year, I should say, 2023, we had a massive rally upwards. That is not sustainable to keep going, going, going. There has to be a pullback, test support levels, then break through resistance and keep going upwards. Now, what's interesting though, folks, it was a good opening day for these ETFs trading. Here, Eric Balkanis of Bloomberg, he said the 10 fresh spot Bitcoin ETFs have seen $1.3 billion in trading volume so far. As a group, they have already topped BTO's record. If we add in GBTC, we get $2.3 billion. And if we add in BTO, which is having a record day too, but isn't part of a spot race, we get $3.5 billion for the complex. So looking very strong here. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Some people may say, I was expecting more, but look, it's the first day of trading. Mass marketing has to start. They have to get a lot of these registered investment advisors and wealth managers comfortable. Not all of them are jumping in today. I know even my own financial advisor, he's not too excited about these Bitcoin spot ETFs, but this is the gradual change that's going to take time. But we have crossed the major hurdle by getting these ETFs approved. Now the marketing and the education has to start. It has to ramp up. So please understand there's a process of this: crawl, walk, run. And then I'm excited for altcoin ETFs. I recently spoke to James Seyfert at Bloomberg. We talk about an Ethereum spot ETF, possibly an XRP spot ETF, right? Valkyrie's CIO was talking about this on Bloomberg this week. So we'll see what happens, but it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, guys. It's going to come, right? So just have the macro outlook. Here's some of the volumes. Grayscale leading report. This is being reported by CoinDesk at $532 million. Invesco Galaxy, that's Mike Novogratz, 531 million. Fidelity's up there, 481. So the top three are those. And then surprisingly, BlackRock is down at the number 6 spot. But look, these numbers can adjust throughout the day. But the volume is coming in, folks, and it's bullish. Not all of these are going to be major winners. I think by the end of the year, we might see maybe the top 3 to 4, or there will be at least 4 that are going to be the ones that survive, and the others, who knows what they're going to do. But interesting data coming in, and we'll see what else happens later today. So we'll keep refreshing the data here. Let me see if James Seyfert of Bloomberg has any updated numbers. Looks like the same numbers. So we got to wait till the end of the day. But nevertheless, even if it was just 1 billion, that's still bullish kicking off the first day. And keep in mind, a lot of these folks have to be educated. A lot of the infrastructure for different folks have to be established. Many of the IRAs and the wealth advisors are probably going to look at, what are the top performing ETFs and look at the fees before they recommend it to their clients. So once again, crawl, walk, run. I think that's important. Now, Kathy Wood, this is another sign of buy the rumor, sell the news. She's, of course, making the media rounds, and she said the base case for Bitcoin is a $600,000 range. Bull case is $1.5 million by 2030. Now, to you and I, we know better. We don't take this on its face, but to the public, average Joe and Jane who are passively looking at these things, that might make them get bullish and they start investing, either buying directly or buying the ETFs. So 600,000 is not happening next month, right? I don't even think that's going to be a all-time high blow off top price range for this cycle. I think Bitcoin might top out at 135, 140K. That's my personal prediction. I could be completely off. Some people are calling for $200,000 plus. But, once you've been around the block and you've been in multiple bull markets, you know that outlandish price predictions are not the way to go. You want to look at conservative price predictions, and even if the charts show you a Fibonacci model or whatever model you use is showing that, hey, you could get to this price range, you may want to, discount that by 20 to 30%. Because remember the last bull market cycle, everybody thought we were going to 100K. It looked possible, but then Bitcoin didn't do that. Now, one could argue we had this incredible, strange double top. And, the first peak was at like what 64,000, and then it did another move upwards to 69,000. And one could argue that Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, they were manipulating the price. There was details that came out that they were trying to do stuff like that, and that's why we had this double peak. And if you pseudo combine these two price points, it could have put Bitcoin over 100,000, right? 60K plus 60K puts you at 120. As opposed to the previous blow off tops, they went straight up like a massive peak, like Mount Everest, and then dumped, right? This double peak, this was weird, very strange. It's not like there was even significant distance between these two price points. It was just a matter of maybe $6,000 to $7,000. And once again, the previous bull markets, we saw blow off tops where it was just like, once again, this Mount Everest peak. So the last cycle was weird. So hopefully we get the Mount Everest peak. It's just a straight moonshot up, and we hit some new all-time highs. Maybe, like I said, 135K to 140K. We'll see what happens. Now, Grayscale released a new spot Bitcoin ETF commercial. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm going to play it. Let me know in the chat. So the commercials are ramping up. The ads are getting out there. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you believe that we will see a Bitcoin spot ETF Super Bowl commercial? Let me know what you think. Yes or no. It didn't go well the last time this happened. FTX did a commercial, and we know what the outcome was after that. So maybe it's a bad omen to have a Super Bowl ad, but we'll see. Maybe BlackRock surprises everybody and they do a Super Bowl commercial. BlackRock also did a Bitcoin ETF explainer video. They put it out today. Some folks are saying no audio, so it looks like I have to fix that. Apologies. But you can check it out on Twitter. It's been circulating. This is great, guys. BlackRock is marketing Bitcoin and crypto for us. And, we saw Larry Fink last year make the rounds, the media rounds. He was so bullish, making bullish statements. It's incredible. Maybe BlackRock does that Super Bowl ad. Now, we got news that Circle confidentially files for a US IPO. Stablecoin issuer Circle is once again looking to go public, this time through an IPO. This absolutely makes sense. Those of you who use Link2, you got access to equity in Circle, Ripple, and other companies. And I think Circle is going to do really well. Their revenues are very strong. They are, of course, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin. So the only way you can benefit from this is, of course, if you're using if you have equity in Circle. But it will help in the visibility and adoption of USDC. It will bring more validation to the crypto industry and to stablecoins and to USDC specifically. And we know USDC is running on many different blockchains. So it's good for the ecosystem. It's good for the industry and the market. I personally do some USDC, I guess you would call it staking via Coinbase. So I'm earning some nice APY there. It's more than you get in your bank account. So I'm diversified in that way in earning passive income. I'm staking. I'm doing stuff with USDC. I'm delegating with certain protocols. So this is great news, folks. This is very bullish. And this is a good sign, because if you step back from the macro, not many companies wanted to do IPOs last year because liquidity was tight, right? The Fed was raising rates, so capital was more expensive. And you just had a down year in a sense of, the consumer and investors not really being active. Don't get me wrong, prices were rallying in the stock market and Bitcoin, but it wasn't a true bull market blow off top euphoric phase where you want to do an IPO. So Circle, I think, is getting ahead of the curve here because why? From the macro, Fed has paused rate hikes. it is expected they're going to cut rates this year. And we know the money printer will be turned on. It's an election year. Biden and these other politicians are going to want to go into the election with the economy looking good, stock market up. We know how the game is played, folks, right? The optics are important here. So they're going to have to turn on the money printer because they raised the debt ceiling. They're doing all types of credits and tax cuts. How the hell you pay for that? You got to turn on the money printer. So the TLDR here is that rate cuts, money printer on, all of these things will help to usher in more IPOs, more companies going public again, like we saw in the previous years before the tightening cycle started. So I'm bullish. I'm optimistic. We are coming out of this crazy tightening cycle. It was pretty rough. Don't get me wrong. There could still be a lot of volatility. Could still be some crashes that take place. Maybe something breaks, and that's what causes the Fed to cut faster. I hope not, but you can't rule these things out. If you go back in history, you'll see these patterns and what has taken place. And overall, though, I'm bullish. I'm optimistic. Once again, election year, global liquidity coming back, QE will be coming back, and Bitcoin and crypto entering the next bull market phase. Here, Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business highlighted that Circle is going to go public, and she mentioned that Circle was one of the couple of big crypto names expected to file to go public this year. The other is Ripple. So we may see Ripple do something. In fact, yesterday, I think it was reported Ripple did a equity buyback. I think they're looking to execute. Let me see if I can pull up that news, because I think that's significant news. Yeah, let's see. Ripple Labs plans $285 million share buyback per report. The company behind the XRP token reportedly plans to buy back $285 million worth of shares, valuing the firm at $11 billion. I think they're doing this in preparation for an IPO. So we shall see, folks. Overall, it's good from the macro TradFi as well as for crypto. I mean, having IPOs in the crypto and blockchain industry will be huge. It'll get the industry and asset class more exposure, as you can imagine. Just look how big the Coinbase IPO was, right? And how much attention that brought in for the crypto market. So exciting times ahead, folks. Now, here is some really big news. I've often talked about tokenization, and you're going to see the tokenization of funds, stocks, different assets, real estate, and much more. Brevin Howard, which is a huge name, joins institutional effort to tokenize funds. Asset tokenization will be done in collaboration with Libra Capital, a laser digital-backed company. So the question is, which blockchain are they tokenizing on, right? That is the key. That's what's important to us, who are the token holders, who are the early adopters. So we got news here that Libra plans to go live in the first quarter of 2024 and enable asset tokenization and collateralized lending through the Polygon proof-of-stake Ethereum sidechain. I've been telling you all, I am so bullish on Polygon. I hold a Matic token. Just yesterday or the day before, it was reported Polygon partnered with the Fox News Corporation to fix media or to fight AI deep fakes, right? Which is a rising problem. Many of you see the deep fake videos pop up on as ads, of Brad Garlinghouse and different people saying they're giving away crypto. So that shit has to be addressed, because a lot of people are going to get screwed, and it's only getting more sophisticated where it's hard to differentiate. And, if you're not in crypto and you don't know better, you're new to crypto or you're new to investing, you could easily be tricked. You and I can spot it right away. We can sniff it out because we've been here a while, but that has to be fixed. But anyway, nevertheless, guys, this is why you diversify. Look, I hold Bitcoin, I hold XRP, I hold Matic, I hold Ethereum, I hold Cardano, Algorand, and so forth. Sure, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but you want to look at projects and tokens, blockchains that are getting real world adoption. So this is pretty big. So its decision to tokenize its funds will enable the fund management company to bring liquidity into assets that would otherwise be idle. Over the past few months, asset tokenization has become a popular narrative within the cryptocurrency space, and this trend is predicted to continue through 2024. It's like Larry Fink of BlackRock said, tokenization is the future of finance. With tokenization, you open up a world, literally a world of more buyers and sellers, more liquidity. So let's say you tokenize your house and you can, you know, have people invest in it. And as your house value rises, so does the token. There's secondary and tertiary markets that are created as a result, and a whole bunch of different things. And with DeFi, and it opens up the global liquidity market because it's accessible by anyone around the world who has an internet connection, because it's all on the blockchain, so you can verify it. You don't need a middleman. You don't even necessarily need to know who that person is, just that they are verified on the blockchain. So that's coming, folks. It's going to take time. There's a lot of iterations that are going to be needed. We see DeFi has had its exploits, so we got to wait for these things to be further fine-tuned, so that the security is up to par. So tokenization, guys, I think will be certainly one of the narratives for this upcoming cycle. Now, speaking of Algorand, Anthony Scaramucci, we know that he has been invested in Algo for a while. Well, he tweeted out this morning here, big things coming to Algo in 2024. Excited to hear all the technical upgrades and projects in the pipeline from Stacy, who's the CEO of the Algorand Foundation, and I'm going to try to get her on the podcast. He also mentioned the CTO at Algo Foundation, John Woods, and this was at CFTC St. Moritz. So exciting. Let's see what happens. Obviously, Algorand is one of the tokens that were listed in the SEC lawsuits against Kraken and I think Coinbase as well. But, Gary Gensler is a scumbag and the industry is fighting back. But I'm still bullish on Algorand. They had some hiccups. I'm certain the lawsuit, them being named in the lawsuit, did not help. And hopefully Algorand can have a really great bull market cycle where, we see some nice returns. I'm still holding my tokens. I've been staking, of course, earning rewards. And look, there's no guarantees, right? I want to make sure I'm always transparent with you guys. I'm not guaranteeing Algo is going to perform well. I think it will. And I'm hoping that, the developers and there's start actively building more developers, I should say, and they do some great things to get Algo going. Let's see here. I can answer some questions in the chat. I'm probably going to wrap this up by 12:30, just because I have an appointment. Rafi says, "Hey Tony, Jungle Inc. seems to feel the Ripple IPO news is not bullish." So I think it is. I don't think it's the most bullish news ever. Like, I'm not banking on that, to be fully transparent. I think it will bring more eyes to Ripple and XRP and to the industry at large. And I think it will further validate Ripple as a company and the great work they're doing. I don't think it's bearish, but yeah, is it super bullish? Is it like, am I waiting in anticipation of that? No, not really. I'm more interested in the token run-ups to new all-time highs in this cycle. So I think it's somewhat bullish, but not incredibly bullish, Let's see. T. Tucker says, "Why did you promote FOMO last cycle?" What do you mean FOMO? Like, if we are in a bull market, everybody's excited, yes, but I've often stated that be careful. No one can call the top. You have to watch the charts, like I'm saying here. Like, I literally, if you were watching this whole morning, I said, I think we have a buy the rumor, sell the news here. Be careful. We might see a dump. That doesn't mean that we're not going to new all-time highs and having a strategy, take profits along the way. I even stated this morning or earlier in the stream, I took profits at 48K for Bitcoin. I have sell orders at 48K, which, that was executed this morning, 50K and 52K. So I am not expecting a move up to 100K by next month. That is not what I'm anticipating. And I do think, though, later this year, we could see new all-time highs for sure and blow off top in 2025. But have a plan. Bonpari says, "Tony, why are you so bullish on XRP? The total supply of a coin is too big and the price cannot increase significantly." Well, Bonpari, it all depends on your entry price, right? I think that's a big factor. And that goes for any coin. Did you buy it at the top? Then yeah, you're probably not going to see significant returns. I bought XRP 10 cents, 15 cents years ago. And it's for my risk tolerance. I've been holding a good amount. I think it still has the ability to go to new all-time highs. Will it be, if you bought it at $2 or $1, will you see a significant return? I don't know. And then this is where you diversify, right? I'm not telling you have to hold XRP or invest in XRP. And this is why I've been telling you guys I hold Bitcoin. I'm selling some Bitcoin. I hold ETH. I'm very bullish on ETH. Maybe we see an 8 to 10K ETH as at the blow off top for this cycle. Maybe, right? I'm not guaranteeing that. I've got some Solana, which, I'm certainly going to take profits on, not a lot. Got some XRP, got some Cardano, got some AVAX, got some Polkadot, definitely got some Matic, got some Chainlink. Let's see what else. I got a little bit of Litecoin, which I bought in like 2016, 2017. Got some ETH Classic, which I once again bought 2016, 2017. So I'm diversified, folks. I'm not banking 100% on XRP. And once again, your entry price matters. So please, please understand that caveat. If someone is telling you, hey, get into this coin now, man, it's going to pump. Yada. Okay, well, what price did you get in at? And where are we on the charts? Are we near like the blow off top or the run up or local top, right? So please understand the nuances there when I talk about, hey, I'm holding this token. It's always important to ask, well, what price did you buy it at? Did I buy XRP at the all-time high of like $3.80 in 2018? No, I was selling. I bought in the 10 cents to 15 cents range. So I hope that context is important. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. Hit the like button, please. It supports the channel. SMS says, you have an excellent insight, balance, and non-bias. You don't spread FOMO, a term commonly used. Yeah, look, do I get excited when I see the price goes up? Goes up? Of course, like all of you, we all get excited. But I don't tell people, buy now, dude. You need to buy Bitcoin now. You need to buy X. I never tell people to do that. And I often give both the bear and the bullish scenario. You have to look at both. As an educated, informed investor, you cannot be a bear all the time. You can't be a bull all the time. Obviously, though, we all want the price to go up. We all want to make money. I'm here to make money. But look, that's why I'm literally saying here in this stream, be careful. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I have a feeling here Bitcoin will maybe top out at 50K, 52K, and then down to 30K. Once again, that doesn't mean the party's over. It's just that's what the local top short-term move is. Long-term, bullish. And I would never tell anybody, dude, you need to be buying Bitcoin at 90K. Like, nope, not doing it. Let's see. Nick Her Rules 46 says, in 100 years, will Gary go down as a hero for approving the Bitcoin ETF? Highly doubt they'll know what kind of douchebag Gary was. Guys, Gary has a lot of public failures. I don't think the Bitcoin ETF will even be accredited to him because remember, the court case was highly publicized. The fact that he and the SEC were called arbitrary and capricious, and the losses he took to Ripple and suing Coinbase, these are high profile cases. So any victories or any little wins he gets are going to be overshadowed by these bigger cases. I mean, the fact that the SEC got called arbitrary and capricious is huge. It was scathing. It was just like, that's the worst thing that could happen to you, right? Even if you just lose a case, but then you get called out like that by these judges. Oh, man. And you go back to Gary's history and everything lives on the internet now with MF Global, what happened with there, and then obviously FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So Gary's going to have a bad reputation. Look, at the end of the day, though, the man has millions of dollars. He made at Goldman Sachs. He's probably getting kickbacks right now, right? He's going to look, we all know, even though he's a royal screw up, he's probably going to get the treasury job. There's been reports that he wants to do that. And Elizabeth Warren is probably going to help him do it. So you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Anybody got any questions? Got a few more minutes and we can talk a bit about it. Let's see what the price of Bitcoin is doing here. Still around 46,000, not much happening. Kind of boring, right, folks? But like I said, just the tip of the iceberg. I think we need the dust to settle. A lot of volatility is going to happen this week. Let's see if there's anything new. What? There's an update here. Vanguard Group has turned off the buy function for GBTC Grayscale Bitcoin ETF on their platform. Customers can only sell GBTC. Currently, shades of Robinhood and GME. Well, that sounds fishy. Let's see. Oh, here's Matt Hogan, who I've had on the podcast multiple times. Looks like he's at the stock market, NYSE stock market, and that's pretty cool. It's historic, guys. It's historic. But this Vanguard stuff seems very weird. Vanguard spokesperson states Vanguard have no intention to offer crypto investment products. Well, good luck to you, Vanguard. Farewell and adieu, you fair ladies, right? As the song goes. Innovate or die, adapt or die. This thing is here to stay. And eventually they will be forced. They will have to bend the knee. We've seen it, right? JP Morgan, all these guys, BlackRock, they were once trashing Bitcoin and crypto. It's scams. It's for criminals. It's for money laundering. Now, look, they're all offering ETFs. So Vanguard, maybe this is Vanguard's blockbuster moment, right? We hate this crypto stuff. We don't like it. We don't like the internet. Why should I go on the internet? Well, it's the future. And Vanguard, let's see. There's also reports here. Vanguard, Citi, Merrill, Edward Jones, UBS, and are all reported to not allow clients to trade the ETF. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. RIP. You will eventually be forced to bend the knee, or you will lose out on fees. And when it's revenue time, and when you look at your EBITDA and all those things, some heads are going to roll, and then they will have to adapt. So yeah, Wall Street brokers, Merrill Lynch, and all these guys are blocking. So good luck, Vanguard. Good luck, Merrill. We'll see what happens. I said, let's see, Virgin Man, if I'm saying that right. Tony, love your show. Keep it up. What are your thoughts on Stronghold? I don't know about Stronghold. That's something I have to research and check out. All right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up here, but interesting that Vanguard and these guys are blocking accounts, blocking the ability to invest in these ETFs. We'll see how this develops, but thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate your support. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sign up for the free email newsletter. Link in the description. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. Links in the description, guys. Thank you for your support. Let's hope for higher prices coming in the next few months as this bull market continues. Exciting times are ahead. Once again, despite the Biden rumor, sell the news event stuff, I'm still bullish from a macro perspective. When in doubt, zoom out. If you're getting depressed by the price movements on the hourly, daily, step away. Don't look at it, right? Or when you look at the chart, zoom out like I'm zooming out here, right? Look at the macro. This will help you to know how to navigate the markets and what to anticipate. And we show you where we came from and where we're going. And that's just great perspective when it comes to investing. All right, folks. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Talk to you all later.